What's up, my hyperlinks? HMK here once again, and now we're gonna talk about the review for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Man, it's so funny that with Switch games, like when I review them, I could just have them here with the review and whatnot. Man, as a huge fan of the original Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, I was really looking forward to this game, and I gotta thank my friends at Nintendo for sending me an early review copy. You know, FTC guidelines, all that good jazz. So now that's out of the way, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, is this the most packed, full to the brim Mario Kart that we've ever seen before? Well, simply put, yes. And once you play this game, you're gonna find out how garbage the Wii U version was. In comparison, of course. I really do believe this game is a must-own for any Switch owner, but it's not perfect, and I do wish it was $10 cheaper, because at a price point of $60 for a game that's been out a couple of years ago, yes, we get all the DLC, we get more content, and we get a battle mode, which is a godsend. I still don't believe that, you know, given all that, this should be a $60 game. $50 at most, so if you're willing to, you know, wait until the game goes down in price, which is probably not going to go down in price for a while, you know, just saying. Even then, when you get this game, you're going to notice right away you get everything off the bat. Well, almost everything. You get all the tracks, you get all the characters, and the new characters, such as the Splatoon Inklings and my boy Bowser Jr. Oh my god, I can't believe he wasn't in the original game. I mean, that was a crime. It was a straight up crime. But that being said, you do have to unlock every piece of gear when it comes to the carts and stuff all over again. It is pretty tedious, but I mean, the game itself is pretty fun. You know, racing through the Grand Prix, going online with your friends, versus mode. And I gotta say, when you play on the screen, on the handheld mode of the Switch, I actually prefer playing on handheld than the TV. This is the first Switch game I have. I mean, I understand the Switch game came out like almost 2 months ago, but I've had a lot of games on the Switch. Fast RMX, Breath of the Wild, Snipper Clippers, all stuff. But this is the first game that I actually preferred playing in handheld, which is cool, you know. The game runs 1080p 60 frames per second when on the screen, but it runs 720p 60 frames per second on the handheld. Which is funny because when I was playing with Blah Blah and Yoshilla and Matt Alston Face Production, Yoshilla was all like, yo, when you play on the handheld, that's the resolution you get on the screen in the Wii U version. I'm like, oh boy, the Wii U version, oh my god. So with all that being said, racing is still fun. They did add a double item feature which was taken from Double Dash, and it's not quite Double Dashy, but it's very appreciated and makes it feel like an entirely different game when you do get down to it with the Grand Prix and the versus mode. It's not Mario Kart 9, it might as well be. If the only thing barring this from, like, if I were to call this Mario Kart 9 or not, was the fact that we still get the same courses from the past Mario Kart game, Mario Kart 8 regular on the Wii U. But that being said, if it was completely new tracks, so it might as well be Mario Kart 9. Everything I say is well and good because you already played that. You already know that business if you played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. But what sets this apart, what makes this deluxe, is the battle mode. The battle mode on the Wii U version, we all know, was trash! That thing sucked, it was bad, and we were just like, yo, Nintendo, DLC to fix this, like anything, free update, something. They never did. But instead, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe gives us an actual battle mode with 5 different battle options, and all of them are fun as fuck! We have the staple Balloon Blast, which is basically in every Mario Kart game up until this point. We have Balloon Blast, we have Bob-omb Blast, we have Shine Thief, we have Coin Runner, and the latest and greatest new, my favorite actually, I like to call it Woody's Roundup, but it's called Renegade Roundup. Basically, it splits up 2 teams into cops and robbers, even though they're not really called cops and robbers, you know, dodge the law, renegades, and police officers, whatever, right? And basically the cops have a piranha plant, you know, the piranha plant item that you get in the game when you're racing. They all have that, and when you get chomped down by a piranha plant, you get sent to jail. And then any other team renegade members can free other renegades, and whoever has them all captured, if the cops have them all captured by the end of the time limit, they win. If the renegades are good by the time limit goes down, then they win. It's a very frantic and it's a very stressful battle mode option, but I love it. And definitely some stages in the battle mode, you know, lean towards one team than the other. But, you know, I'm really excited to see how online matches go on that because, I mean, since I've had this game early, there was no one to play online, really, when it comes to random stuff. I mean, I did play with Blah Blah and your Chiller, and that was fun as fuck. But I can't wait to play that with all y'all when it comes to Renegade Roundup. Now, this game has been an absolute joy to play. Aside from everything with the battle mode and the new additions when it comes to items and battle stages and stuff, they did add some, you know, little quirks in there that wasn't present in the Wii U version, including safe steering, a type of auto gas feature where you just, you know, you keep going, you can like put up a setting where your car just keeps going and stuff like that. And people has been having a lot of fun with having, you know, CPUs or just no one controlling them using that feature along with safe steering, and you're like, oh, take your bets, people, who's gonna win? Luigi? Yeah! I mean, that's something cool. And they also add a third drift boosting tier. First we have blue, orange, and now we have purple, which boosts you for a good amount of time. So, I mean, make sure you get your drifting skills on deck. Now, all the good things I've been saying about this game, it looks great, it works well on the Switch, there is no online lag, I haven't experienced any, there is no stuttering or anything. All of that, despite all of this, and along with the double item feature, this game still has what my brother likes to call the fish bucket mechanic. And the fish bucket mechanic, like we like to explain, is when a skilled player is in first. There's little to no way that person will give up first place, despite the item balancing from second all the way down to 8th or to 12th or whatever. So in this game, now that you have 2 items, whoever's in first can protect themselves from whoever is second, third, fourth, and fifth, and you know, whatever. But that's not gonna matter because whoever is in second all the way down is always gonna be fighting. There's gonna be a lot of infighting amongst themselves in order to try and get to first. But first is gonna constantly be going because whoever's in first is only gonna be able to be taken down by whoever's in second or maybe even third when it comes to red shells or green shells like that, right? But second and third is going to constantly be harassed by everyone below them, leaving first to keep going. And in first, they can get green shells, bombs, and all these other things, banana peels to protect themselves from second and all the rest. Thunder and blue shells really don't put like a type of damper on first place because they're so infrequent when it comes to Grand Prix and verse mode. Yeah, if you put on frantic items, that'll work a little bit, but not in the full sense that, you know, it'll be able to come back. So there really is no comeback factor for second through 12th when it comes to a skilled person in first. And that is pretty infuriating. And this is coupled by the fact if they decide to use a heavy character who outweighs speed in terms of acceleration, where they're already in first. They already have their max speed. They don't need that acceleration factor. Yeah, they'll get hit once or twice, but they're so far ahead they can recap their acceleration and get to their top speed, max speed, easily. So for players who use Bowser or Wario, it's pretty unbalanced when they get into first. This was an issue I noticed in the regular Mario Kart 8, and it does persist in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But Nintendo could fix it with a simple item balancing patch, but I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. All in all, this game is a blast to play. It's a great multiplayer game. It's a great online multiplayer game. The first great online multiplayer game of the Nintendo Switch, and I do recommend everyone to get it. However, I do wish it was $10 cheaper, and the fish bucket mechanic does get me tilted a little bit. But that being said, I give Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch a 9 out of 10, and a solid recommendation to every Nintendo Switch owner. If you love Mario, if you love Mario Kart, if you love racing, if you love everything Deluxe, then pick this game up. Sure, racing is still a little bit unbalanced, but hey, battle mode is where it's at this time around. So guys, until the next review, I've been HMK. I'll see you guys on the kart courses, and I'll check you guys later.